Welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I want to take you through what we eat in a week for dinner. Yeah, just simple basic meals with less spices, and also everything that is quite affordable. Here's some eggs flour. That is what I'm going to use. It's brown chapati flour, so I'm going to use this to make my chapatis. So first of all, I'm going to sieve my flour. It's advisable to sieve. At some point I do forget, but you never know what is in these flours, even if they are packed. So
let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be?
I'm not using sugar in my chapatis. That is why I'm only using salt. And then I'm also going to add some carrots so that I can knead the dough with some carrot as well. So it's going to be like brown chapatis with carrots in it. I'm adding oil into warm water. That is the water that I'm going to use to knead the dough.
Taking on water, yeah, we're sinking now. You're looking all concerned, like we're gonna drown. But we both know how to swim, no worries, let's flow for now. Let's take it slow.
Now the dough has been resting for like 1 hour. Now I want to start rolling it. You will just roll the same way you always roll white chapatis. The procedure is just the same. There is no difference.
Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it. I drag you out your mind, and there are days I hate you, but baby, you're still mine. And now we have the best times, no matter what we do. And even when we don't, there's nobody I'd rather choose. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it.
I just covered the dough because I did not want it to dry up, and then I'm going to make it direct without drying the chapatis first.
You ask me how we got here, 'cause you don't know how. You say we're taking on water, yeah, we're sinking now. You're looking all concerned, like we're gonna drown. But we both know how to swim, no worries, let's flow for now. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it. I drag you out your mind, and there are days I hate you, but baby, you're still mine. And now we have the best times, take it slow. Where you go, I go too.
There is an assumption that brown chapatis are so hard to make, but I guarantee you they are the easiest to make. Just compose yourself and you're going to attain good chapatis using a brown flour. And I'm telling you, they turned out soft. They were so yummy and very delicious. Brown chapatis are so tasty. You don't even have to add sugar, honestly. They are so nice. Try brown chapatis. You're going to love them. Honestly, they are very delicious and very tasty, as I had already told you. So I had soaked dengu for like 5 hours, and they have already cooked. I used this pot. I love this pot because it retains heat and cooks anything I cook in it cooks very fast. I have here some vegetable that I want to saute so that I can serve them on the side. Yes.
Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it. Ask me how we got here, 'cause you don't know how. You say we're taking on water, yeah, we're sinking now. You're looking all concerned, like we're gonna drown. But we both know how to swim, no worries, let's float for now. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it. I drag you out your mind, and there are days I hate you, but baby, you're still mine. And we have the best times, no matter what we do. And even when we don't, there's nobody I'd rather choose. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it.
I'm mixing garlic together with fresh turmeric, and then I'm going to fry them in the oil. Into my pot, I'm adding oil, coriander roots, and then garlic and turmeric paste. I'm adding onions. I'm going to add curry powder, fenugreek powder, and cumin powder, and then mix well. And then I'm going to add in the blended tomato. Mix until they are well incorporated. I'm going to let this tomato cook for like 5 minutes, and then here I'm adding in now the dengu that I had mixed with some potatoes. Yes, I mixed with potatoes because of the kids. And then I'm going to garnish finally with coriander. That is after it has cooked. Yes. Then here I want to saute the vegetables, so I'm adding in the onions, the oil first, and then the onions, and then the veggies. I'm going to saute them for some time, and the food is ready. I'm telling you, this food was really delicious, and it's so healthy, very healthy. So the brown chapati, the dengu curry, that is green gram curry, and also the vegetables, it was so yummy. Yeah, we really loved it. We really enjoyed it, and the kids enjoyed it. This meal, you can have it without getting scared that you're eating unhealthy. I loved it. I loved it. So this was our meal for the night. So on to the third meal. This is goat ribs. I'm going to cook these goat ribs inside this pot. So in here, in my blender, I've blended onions, I've blended garlic and ginger with water, and then I'm going to add it into the goat ribs. I've added salt into the blended blended onions, and then I'm adding a little bit of water as well, and then I'm going to let it cook. This is soaked rice, brown rice. Yes, I've soaked it for like 3-4 hours. I'm going to wash it like 5 times. Yeah, washing it like that gets rid of arsenic acid that is always present in rice, in all rice, even if it is white. And then I'm also adding it into my pot. Add oil, salt, water, and then let it boil. So I have here my tomatoes that I've already steamed. I just want to remove the peel and then blend them. Those are the ones I'm going to use to prepare the goat ribs. My ribs are ready and it is time to fry them. So I'm going to add oil into my pot, and then I'm going to add in some spices, that is curry powder, cumin powder, and fenugreek powder. The reason why I add this way, it's to infuse them inside the oil, and then when you cook whatever you're cooking, whether it's ribs or fish, they are going to absorb the flavors nicely. So here I'm adding the white onions and also the spring onions, which I'm going to let them cook until they are a bit golden brown. Then add in the meat, keep mixing until they are well incorporated with the spices and the onions as well. And then I'm going to add now the tomatoes. Go easy with tomatoes so that they don't overpower the taste of the meat. I added just a little bit of the tomato puree, and then I added the tomato, that is bone broth. I scooped it from the bottom of the pot. Yes, and then I added it into the meat. Here I have some tamarind that I had soaked. I'll keep adding the same water until I get enough broth. This brings in some tanginess and some little bit of sweetness to the goat, some acidity, which makes the goat taste so good. Then I garnished it with spring onion leaves and also the green pepper. This meal was so delicious. I loved it. It's well balanced. The ingredients are well balanced, and then we served it with the brown rice. Most people fear making brown rice, but honestly, it's nice. It takes time to cook. Just cook on low heat with enough water, and it's going to taste so amazing. And it depends with the brand you also use. I prefer the white brown rice because it's already sorted, and when you soak, it takes a shorter time to cook. Then I sauteed some cabbage and we took with the rice and the meat itself. It was so delicious. Just try this out. You're going to love it. So on to another day, our dinner. I was making brown ugali. So I mixed the flour with water, and then I was kind of making like somebody who is making porridge. That one, that procedure makes work easier, so that when you are trying to make ugali, you don't take long to pound down the ugali. So that is what I was exactly doing. I love this ugali because it's delicious first of all, and it's also very healthy. Yeah, very healthy. I milled this flour myself. I took it to the posho mill and milled it. So that is the kind of flour I'm using to cook my ugali. But if you also want to cook this ugali and you don't have the millet and or you can't go to the posho mill, just go and buy jogo brown unga, and you're going to love it. So here I have tomatoes, I have garlic, I also have green pepper. I love using green pepper and those other ingredients. Normally what I do, I sprinkle some garlic, some curry powder on them. I love curry powder. I'm just obsessed with curry powder. Never mind, but it actually makes food very tasty. I cannot use it if it is not tasty. So I'm also sprinkling some salt, and then I'm going to sprinkle some oil. I'll let them bake for like 10 minutes. Then I'm going to remove them, blend them. I'm going to use the same puree so that I can make a fish stew using it. Sometimes baking these ingredients just make your food taste like some smoked food. Like now, if you use this in fish, actually that fish will taste like some fish that is smoked. If you've ever eaten smoked fish, you know what I'm talking about. And every dish just has its own recipe. You sometimes it's good to just do other recipes, not dwelling on one recipe. I prefer using this, honestly. And then here now I've added oil into my pan. Then I've added fenugreek powder. I had marinated this fish with some lemon and some cumin seeds. Yes, cumin seed powder. So I'm going to just put it in the oil. My pan was giving me trouble, but I just wanted to put this fish in the oil just a little bit. And then I added curry, not curry. So my mind is just in curry. Then I added some garlic and turmeric paste that I had mixed together. So I added inside there so that they can just be absorbed in the oil and make the fish smell and taste nice. So after this, after they have browned just a little bit, not so much, I'm going to add in the tomato paste, that the paste that I had blended, the ingredients that I had blended, the ones that I actually put in the oven to bake. And then on the other side, I'm sauteing some spinach. We are going to have this with the spinach, fish, and the brown ugali. Yeah, that is what we're going to have. If I had a coconut cream, which I forgot to use that day, it could have been more tastier. But there are those people who can't stand coconut milk. If you can't stand coconut milk, just use water. The results are going to still be the same. The taste will be a bit different here. And I served the food. I loved it. It's so delicious. It's nutritious and it is yummy. And unto the next day, our last meal of the day. These are onions, garlic, a little bit of oil. I've added salt, and then this is lemon. I'm using lemon. It's a bit sweet. Then I blended it. After blending it, that is the color, nothing else. My kids thought that was yogurt, but it wasn't yogurt. It's only that when I used the lemon in blending the onions, that is the color it turned out to be, and then it became a little bit thick. So I have here my chicken, which I'm removing the inner part and even that bone that is in the middle. I'm going to char it a little bit, score it, not char. I'm going to score it a little bit, and then I'm going to add now the mixture onto the chicken. I'll let this chicken bake for like 1.5 hours as I keep checking it. And then now here I have my potatoes, which I've added salt, curry powder, cumin powder, fenugreek powder, and some orange juice, that is fresh orange juice. I squeezed it in, mixed them, and added also some paprika, some oil, mixed them together. And then after the chicken, I baked these potatoes, and I'm telling you, they turned out to be very yummy. I have here some brown mushrooms. I'm also going to make some brown mushrooms. I love brown mushrooms because they smell and taste more of mushroom than any other mushroom. They were so clean. I just wiped them off camera, by the way. I did not wash them. I just used a clean cloth and wiped them, then cut them into smaller pieces. I'm going to saute them in spring onions and in red onions and some salt. Yes, I'm going to add in some salt, saute them for some time, cover them, let them cook for a while, keep mixing them. And then the remaining water that had remained from marinating the potatoes, I'm going to add it inside here. The chicken is done, but I want to remove a little bit of the breast so that I can add it in the mushroom. Have you ever tasted a chicken that has mushroom? I'm telling you, you will love it. You will love it. It tastes so good. And this meal was done and it was looking delicious. We enjoyed it. I loved the turnout of the mushroom with the chicken. They were so yummy. The chicken was very yummy. The potatoes were so yummy. I had some salad on the side, that is cucumber, onions, and some tomatoes, and we enjoyed it. If you've watched up to this point, thank you so much. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the support. Please share widely this video out and support me as we keep being here and growing together. Thank you so much for the love and for watching up to this point.
You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with.